today. From Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia, it's Week 1 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons taking on Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. A moment ago, here was the scene. The Falcons coming out from their tunnel to the roar of all the folks here in Atlanta. We're ready for football as these Falcons get set to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. With my good friend Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we have arrived at another new season. I had a little more pep in my step this morning. I know you did as well. Here we go.
Yeah, when you went out for your 5-mile jog, you were flying. You did it in record time because you were psyched up about this game. But let's be frank about it. No more radio shows, no more podcasts, no more just predicting what's going to happen. Now we get to see it on the field.
Russell Wilson leads out the Seattle Seahawks offense. The veteran Wilson, a third-round pick back in 2012.
Whenever you think about the Seattle Seahawks, one of the first things that pops to mind is how well they run the football and how much they like doing it. But you have to also look at how well Russell Wilson has played at the quarterback spot. Hasn't just been a game manager. Last year, over 4,100 yards passing, the second most in his career. 31 touchdown passes and took care of the ball as well because he threw just 5 interceptions. If you need to open things up, Russell Wilson can get it done.
And he'll get this one up to the 26. Only a couple for him there on the game's first play, and it's second down.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into things up and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
He's brought down.
Vision is so important for the man in the middle because his ability to look through all the clutter that's happening in front of him, diagnose a play, and then go make it and finish it, that's when the great ones know that they have the goods.
Oh, he almost picked it. Nearly a turnover there on their opening drive. That's a throw he'd like to have back. Now fourth down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a fourth down. Well done.
Call that a 44-yard punt, 5 on the return. Taking over, 1st and 10. Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10, right at the 30. He fakes the give here and looks to throw. He completes it to Julio Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
You had to figure they'd try and get the ball to Julio early, and they did it right there. And it doesn't take a degree from MIT to know that, so you had to figure, what's up with the defense? You should know that that's coming right away.
Throwing now, Ryan on first down. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 39. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
39-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. To throw again is Ryan. And open, that's Calvin Ridley. A gain of 6 there on first.
To Calvin Ridley.
I know I'm one of those that overuses certain terms, and this one, explosive, is what we use for a lot of receivers, but that's Calvin Ridley. Nice catch there, and not only is he explosive, he's been very productive. Since being drafted in 2018, one of the top touchdown rates in the league as a wide receiver.
2nd and 4. Now the first carry is a Falcon for the man coming home to Georgia, Todd Gurley. And the result here the same as the last play. Another tackle behind the line of scrimmage by the Seahawk defense.
3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 5 yards from the end zone, 1st and goal. On 1st and goal, Gurley. And he gets him a little bit closer. He takes it from the 6 inside the 5 to the 4.
Diggs on the tackle.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive, and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Another try on 2nd down with Gurley. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. From the shotgun, Ryan. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Now Gostkowski will come on to try a field goal. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of Week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it to 23.
First and 10. At their own 20.
Seattle's offense coming back onto the field, ready for their second drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. He'll buy some time right. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. A give to Hyde out of the gun. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. You often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
On 2nd down now. It's Carson, and pretty good running as he'll be close to a 1st down at the Falcons' 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. This is caught. It's Greg Olsen, and he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. It's a gain of 15, 1st down Seahawks.
Greg Olsen was a big-time pickup for the Seattle Seahawks in the offseason. Spent the last 9 seasons with Carolina as an all-pro, Pro Bowl tight end, and did the same thing before that with the Chicago Bears. Now he moves to the Northwest and gives Russell Wilson a big-time target in the middle of the field.
That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by the linebacker, Deion Jones.
What we've seen so far in this game, they're not going to allow a big shot over the top. You can have whatever you want underneath. They'll give you that, but they're not going to let you beat them deep.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. And back to the ground. Hyde. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he picks up the 1st down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. A gain of 5. 1st down Seattle. The first drive this unit had, they punted. This drive, much more polished, just looking crisper, aren't they, moving the ball?
Maybe the first drive was a little bit of a wake-up call. Probably a little bit angry that they had to punt the ball away the first time they had it. Got motivated, got to the sideline, said, okay, let's not let that happen here as we take over again.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On 1st down, Wilson. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Now, you've been around me a long time now. You know on 2nd and inches, I love it when teams are aggressive and take a shot, but we just saw the downside to being that aggressive, didn't we?
Now you've given up on a pretty likely 1st down if they had run the football, and they need to come up with something here on 3rd. 3rd and 2, now Wilson. He can run for it, and he will. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the 1st down. Wilson. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Seattle.
Russell Wilson taking it in. And the Seahawks have taken the lead.
He didn't originally want to run, but he didn't see anything in the passing game, so he scrambled, and wouldn't you know it, he scores a touchdown anyway. It's awfully nice to have a quarterback who can make things happen with his legs.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run.
Michael Dixon to kick off for Seattle.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in the end zone. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Here's Ryan. And that'll be incomplete.
Looked like they had an opportunity for a big play across the middle, but he didn't have the concentration or the focus necessary and dropped it before he could haul it in.
5-yard line.
Second and 10. To throw again. Ryan throwing over the plate. He was looking for Julio Jones, his Pro Bowl receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Ryan to Jones, the Falcon connection there for a first. He can really smell 800 catches right now because that last one puts him at 799, knocking on the door. Ryan's pass taken in by Ridley. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
A gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 45-yard line.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Falcons 3.
To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, he's going to dump it off to Gurley. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Here's Ryan going to fire this out wide. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
A 7-yard.
Was that a design pass, or what was that?
It was built into the play call. He had the opportunity to either hand it inside, keep it himself to run it, or do what he just did. Throw that pass inside, hitting a receiver on the run.
Ito Smith, his first carry. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Taken down at the 33.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He's got the hook up to Lee. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
1st and 10.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
first down carry for Smith. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. From the gun, it's Ryan. And, boy, that one drops incomplete. But if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Now Ryan. Looking downfield for Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
By the Seahawks. They'll take over 1st and 10.
Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. He'll look to throw right away. They go screen pass to Hyde. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid gain.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. From the gun, a give to Hyde. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 3. And for the Falcons, 5 men in the secondary, now on 3rd. From the shotgun, Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down.
Incomplete. A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And that will come the offense as they take over. We remind you lots more to come here in this opening weekend of the Return to Football 2020. Coming up later tonight, it's the national debut of SoFi Stadium in Southern California. The Cowboys and the Rams doing battle there. And then 2 more to finish off the week on Monday Night Football. The Steelers and Giants from MetLife Stadium and the Titans and Broncos from Mile High. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. And that catch, he just hit number 800 in his NFL career.
And just think, that puts you in top 35 range all time in the NFL in terms of number of catches. One significant guy in that number, Shannon Sharp, who was a tight end. That's big-time play right there.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
It's a loss of
Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, because they're bringing your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
So they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming. On 3rd down, Ryan. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Makes the score Seahawks 7, Falcons.
These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration. Now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
Now Carlos Hyde gears up to take the field again. It's the second quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series. So those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to the ground. This time it's Hyde. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
The ball carrier.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 16 yards, a first down.
First down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Oh, nearly picked. Almost intercepted, but he couldn't hang on, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Wilson. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete.
Love the idea, love the concept, but you got to leave a little room on the sideline so he can fade into it when he makes the catch. That was thrown too close to it for the receiver to make a play.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now this one into the hands of the tight end, Hayden Hurst. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. Complete to Jones. And they get to him after a gain of 6 to the 46. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a tick under a minute to go before half. Looking to throw again on second down. Ryan. And the return stops just a little bit shy of midfield at the 48-yard line.
They'll take over first.
That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
Good starting field position for him as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 48. He lets it fly for Lockett. That's caught inside the 20. And finally out of bounds down near the 10-yard line. A big play there just before halftime. 42 yards.
First down.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to green light that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown.
Touchdown.
Russell Wilson. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Seahawks add on to their lead.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
And it's up. It's good. Our score 14-6. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone.
Michael Dixon to kick off for.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. Fielded in the end zone. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Now the Falcons offense gets ready to head back onto the field. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now, under 100 yards of total offense.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
That's complete to Smith. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. A second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. From the gun, Ryan. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Ryan will throw again. He completes this to Russell Gage. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Let's just lean on the word good here, partner. Good way to start the second half. Good safe throw and a good quick first down as well.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. And welcome back to football, everybody. We've got a full slate of 16 games here to start the new season. So let's take our first trip around the NFL. We'll kick things off with an NFC East battle between 2 old foes, Philadelphia and Washington. And it's the Eagles who are out in front. Deshaun Jackson, a touchdown reception. From there, we head down to the Sunshine State to check on the Jaguars at home in Jacksonville. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Zach Pascal, a touchdown reception. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And right now they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Cam Newton with 3 touchdown passes. In our game has been Russell Wilson, who was dynamic, as usual, in that first half. His guys have the lead, as we'll hand it back over to our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Taken in the end zone, and Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. 5 catches for him in that first half, and that's number 6 that we just saw, and also a first down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
They'll contain him to just 4, second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Now Ito Smith, and he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Operating from the gun, Ryan. That's caught over the middle by Hurst. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That goes for a gain of 31.
They're still looking for their first touchdown of the game, and for a second, I thought they had it right there.
Looking on the sideline, it's finally good to see nods of approval. It's a welcome sign of life that this offense needed. So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. From the red zone now, here's Ryan on first down. To the right side and complete to Hurst. A gain of 6 there on first.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They go back to the ground now with Smith. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown run. And now the Falcons are within a 2-point conversion of tying up the game. Dan Quinn's told his offense, let's try and get 2 more. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown, because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
At their own 21.
Now we'll see what this Seahawks offense has in store with their first possession of the second half. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. They'll throw on first down with Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And a scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
makes it
from the 21. It's 2nd and 10. They run high. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. On 3rd down, Carson, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
Good gain by Chris Carson, picks up a 1st down, and you just have to love his running style. Talk about a straight-ahead guy, no-nonsense type of a runner. He's averaged 82 yards a game over the last 2 seasons and had 1,230 yards on the ground in 2019.
The throw complete to Dorsett, and he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again.
One thing about the Seattle Seahawks offense, they are a run-first group, but when they throw the ball, they want to throw it downfield and sting defenses, and Philip Dorsett provides great speed and a good target downfield in order to get that done. Nice catch there. His speed adds an extra dimension to the Seahawks offense.
Foyesade Aluakan made the tackle there from his safety position.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
3rd down and 6 yards to go.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And he finds a man, it's Olsen. And that's going to be good for another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 27-yard line. 2 veterans there, Wilson to Olsen for a Seattle 1st down. They'll run on 1st down. It's Carson. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now Wilson. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4.
Complete to DK Metcalf.
What a great rookie campaign in 2019 for DK Metcalf, who came in with high expectations, was actually upset that he went in the 2nd round, not the 1st round, but quickly proved everyone wrong who didn't take him.
And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown.
To number 14, DK.
4 yards on the touchdown grab, and the Seahawks are going to take the lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
The extra point now coming from Myers. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. A 10-play drive that time. And it's DK Metcalf who finishes things off with a touchdown reception.
Michael Dixon to kick off for
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And Smith chooses not to return it, and they'll bring it out to the 25.
25-yard line.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. After the long touchdown drive we just saw, you wonder if maybe that's taken a little of the wind out of this offensive sails because they had it going pretty good last time, too.
Had to sit over there for a little while, didn't they? You know, they were eager, amped up to get back on the field after just scoring, hoping to get the ball back quickly. That didn't happen, so I'd say come out, just kind of get started again. You know, it doesn't have to be anything dramatic. Just get moving, get loose again, and see if they can get it downfield.
And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. The tackle made by K.J. Wright.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
They certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones is intended receiver, and that'll bring up 2nd down. 2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. On the draw, this is Smith. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 12 yards there and a first down.
1st and 10.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Throwing now, Ryan on 1st down. And he will find Ridley. That's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. Here's 2nd and 5 now from the 22. They go play action with Ryan. And this is caught at the 8. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the first down.
6-yard line.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. From 6 yards away. Now the Falcons are an extra point away from tying the football game.
For good reason, quarterbacks want to get the ball to the perimeter to their wide receivers for big plays. But in this situation, it felt right based on coverage. He knew that he wanted his tight end to have the football, and for good reason.
Gostkowski with the extra point, and we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Seahawks take over 1st and 10. At their own 20.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Wilson and the Seahawks take over now 1st and 10 at their own 23. Here's Hyde as they begin on the ground. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Throwing is Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
To Carlos Hyde. It's a gain.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. All even as we get ready to start the fourth. 3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. They run again with Carson. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
And advantage.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Wilson now to throw on third down. And he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down. That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And here now come the Falcons. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And they work this out past the 25. 23 yards, the final tally.
At the 26-yard line.
And passing yardage-wise, now up over 350 in this game. Pretty nice performance.
Definitely that, which usually means you put a lot of pressure on guys trying to cover. If you're a defensive back and they put over 350 yards on you, you've had a long day. The key to everything, if you're doing it without throwing interceptions or turning the ball over.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there and a 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A running play on 1st down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Good tackle there by Jaron Reed, the former 2nd-round pick out of Alabama. That's why he was drafted, but he's really shown an excellent ability to rush the passer as well.
Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
On 3rd down, Ryan. He's got the hook up to Lee. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 34-yard line. Give them 22 there on the 3rd down conversion. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A give to Smith out of the gun. And a short gain down to about the 33. It was Jaron Reed who got him down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
It's a 4-yard pickup there, and it leaves him with 3rd and 5.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. And that will be incomplete.
Ryan's pass. Intended for Julio Jones. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And this one is right down Broadway. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage.
Falcons 24. Seahawks 21.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Their own 23-yard.
Seattle again getting ready to take over offensively. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. Wilson. They go screen pass to Hyde. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. And despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
But plays like that, Charles, no doubt, they're just going to continue to fuel this crowd.
And this defense is already playing well, but it also feeds on the energy of that crowd that you're talking about, and that takes them up to another level. Right now, they're playing really loose. They've got the lead, and what a nice stop they just made there behind the line of scrimmage.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 16 yards, a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Tyler Lockett was the target there. And it's second down. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Wilson. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him. A little too far, it brings up 3rd down.
And 10 yards to go.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Oh, he can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
For the Seahawks.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
It's a 45-yard punt, just a 1-yard return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
They'll start on the ground. It's Ito Smith. And he'll take this up only to about his 18-yard line.
The ball carrier.
Bobby Wagner, the NFL's leading tackler in 2019, there on the stop.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers, 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for a 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Yeah, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it, and let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want to do is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains. There's Smith as he'll try to run some clock. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Ryan's throw caught by Jones. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
That's a gain of 8.
Catch there by Julio Jones, and let's face it, we're almost running out of ways to say he's great. So let's put it into this context. 3rd among active players in receiving yards, starting 2020, just 852 yards behind tight end Jason Witten.
And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down. The Falcons send out their punter as he's on a punt for the first time this afternoon. Returnable for Lockett. A good return there, 17 yards. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. So Wilson and the Seahawks down 24-21, 2:05 to go. This is only week 1 of the season, folks. Get strapped in as they come up here 1st and 10. And nearly picked off there, and it would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's 2nd down. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again, Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Wilson to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the second quarter, he may very well have run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
And they're well past midfield, just a yard or two shy of the 40. 11 yards there, 1st down.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You've still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete. Philip Dorsett, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here's Wilson. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. One thing that makes him so tough in these 2-minute drills, you got to take into consideration he's mobile.
And that's a big plus for him, but he also has to be careful with that mobility. Sometimes getting rid of the ball and stopping the clock is more important than running around and maybe taking a sack.
A 10th carry for Hyde. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks. Now the Seahawks call the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on 1st down. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target, and now it's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 10. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. He's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Throwing now is Wilson. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. picked up by Keanu Neal. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Intercepted.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
At their own 13-yard line.
They begin with a run by Smith. And he'll get this one up to about his 14. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run it again with Smith. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
Yard loss on the play. It's now 3rd and 10.
So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for Atlanta, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try again next week at home against New England. So for